All right, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Correct Me If I'm Wrong. And today we have a different kind of episode. I know people don't really like to talk politics, but I found a few people who are willing to do so. And, discuss the 2024 election. Seems to be a hot topic, pretty polarizing. And we like to get into it. I like to wait for a few people to get on, but it seems like we got a few people on here right now. So I'm going to introduce everybody because I don't know what happened to one of my guests. I think she'll pop back on at some point. But anyway, Feed, I want to start with you, my man. Jasmine Kane, what's going on, homie? How you doing? Oh, you muted. Everybody muted. Oh, and now he's off. I don't know what happened. He'll pop back on at some point. But since he's gone, Bishop Crumb, how you doing, sir?
I'm great, man. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for joining. Actually, this all came about because of you. I seen Bishop Crumb over the weekend. Kids, was at my mom's house at the fire pit. Good time for them. But you had pulled up, and first thing you asked me, "Hey, man, what you think about this election?" And I said, "Oh man, here we go." Okay. So we rapped about that for a little bit. I gave my opinion. You gave yours. We went back and forth for what about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, something around there. So after you had left, I did some thinking about it. And the next day, I was like, you know what? I should just go ahead and do a show about this. So I made a post on Facebook. Who would like to go? Who would like to have a discussion about the 2024 election? Since what are we down now? Seven days. Next Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
7 days away. A week away from what is this? President 47? 47. So Bishop, I don't know if there's anything that you want to say, before we go ahead and get started introducing yourself or anything like that.
Well, I would just like to just take the bishop hat off. I'm here as a civilian, and we're talking. I would like to say that there's nothing spiritual about voting. Voting is a civil right that I have, and it's a duty is the way I look at it, is to vote. And so the white evangelical church has tried to make this about Donald Trump being the Messiah, when this is not really spiritual. So I just want to put that out there. So I'm not here as a pastor. So.
All right. So we'll just address you as Mr. Crumb today. That works?
That's fine.
All right. Fee, what's going on, homie? I know you had just got off real quick. You popped back in. What's going on, bro?
Hey, not much, man. Just maintaining. I'm off work for a week, so next week right back at it. OT.
Week vacation. I'm kind of jealous. But
it's short-lived, though.
Yeah, I know. It goes fast. I know it does. But Fee, me and you have gone back and forth, you know what I mean, about this whole podcasting thing. I know you have some expertise in what it is that you do. As far as what is it actually that you do, if you want to explain to the people?
Well, it's like every time I tried to get into something and focus on one thing, I ended up focusing on that one thing that puts me in the middle of everything. So now as my profession, what I do is I graphic design, animation, 3D animation, 2D. I do music production, engineering, mix and mastering. I do a little bit of everything, but it's all centered around media for the most part. Right. What I do right now as like my job, I do branding and signage for Walmart and Amazon and things like that. Make them look pretty, So
I can dig that. So yes, I may have to use you at some point in time here because I'm tired of doing everything on my own, honestly. But
Word.
we'll talk about that. Miss
Most
Tweety,
Hey,
what's going on?
I was trying to get you on a laptop, but go
Oh,
ahead.
okay.
I'm good.
How's everything going?
Everything is good.
That's good. Now I know I've seen you talking about taking the kids. Are you taking all of the kids, all teams, twerps through Mighty Mites?
I initially I set out to take all the little quips and the junior high, and I didn't want to buy a plethora of tickets and they not show. So I had, the people that say they were definitely going to give me their name, and they did. So I said we got about 100 going, and quite a few adults.
That's pretty cool. Now you guys are going to what game?
We're going to it's the Ohio University and Kent State game. It's televised on November the 6th. We're going to support DJ Walker, one of Aliquippa's own.
All right.
And I thought it would be great to have a whole little section of red and black.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. That's definitely cool. And I'm sure that'll make him feel good, man. To have 100 people from your hometown to come to see you play.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. Marion, what's up? Can you hear me, cuz? You stuck?
What's up?
What's going on? How you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You seem a little delayed.
I'm good. It's been a minute.
Right. Yeah, man, I ain't had you on in a minute. I had made a post the other day about, getting the gang back together. Me, you, Poke, Nikita. It's always good times when I have y'all on the show. I especially like when you and Poke go back and forth. That's it's very comedy to me.
He's been a little bit better since he's been married, though.
Yeah. I think that changed. I don't want to say changed him, but he's a little different. Just a little. But everything cool with you, Ocho? What you still out? You still out in Cleveland?
Yeah, I'm in Cleveland.
No,
I got a high schooler now, so I'm here for 4 years.
Yeah, moving back this way?
Nah, that's not happening.
I thought I would ask. But anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and get straight into the show. 2024 election. I just wanted to get people's opinions. Oh, look who it is. Look who it is. Poke, what's up, bro?
What's up, y'all? Actually, are you on right now?
We on right now. We live.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm actually working, so I'll be listening if you allow me.
Yeah, no problem. If you need to, if you can't really talk or anything, just go ahead and mute your mic so we don't hear any background noise or anything like that.
Got you. I'll come through on my break, but I just want to listen if that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. That's no problem at all. I think you guys can still hear if you were backstage, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Poke, I'm gonna just go ahead and put you backstage.
Yeah.
If whenever you come on break or whatever, you want to send a private message, to us or text me or something like that, so I know that you're good to go and I'll bring you back up. All right. So yeah, 2024 election. Mr. Crumb, me and you had a conversation about it and which way I was kind of leaning, and I just was straight up and I said I have absolutely no plans on voting in this election. I actually haven't voted since I voted for Obama twice. I voted for Obama twice strictly off of identity politics. That was it. This is a black man. It's a black man. I never thought that I would see this. So let me go ahead and vote for him twice, which probably was not the best thing for me to do. I didn't know anything about any policies. I didn't research him. I didn't do anything like that, the things that I was supposed to do to see if he was going to be the candidate that I should have voted for. But again, back in those times, I was a little younger. Like I said, had absolutely no idea, didn't really pay attention to politics like that. My mind was just, there's a guy who's melanated and let me vote for him just so we can kind of make history. But like I said, in this election, I had absolutely no plans on voting. And Mr. Crumb, how did you feel about that?
Well, kind of made me feel sad. I mean, I think, we've a lot of our ancestors and have shed a lot of blood, that we would have the right to vote. And so I think that it's something that we should do every chance we get to do it. So
I get that. Now, my reasoning for not wanting to do this, or why I haven't done it, is every 4 years I just don't think the candidates are good. The Democrats in particular. I think the Democrats rub me the wrong way simply because there's a lot of pandering to us. Like even with Kamala now, you know, we're getting a lot of all of these celebrities coming out, and I don't know what that's supposed to do. Do you guys know? Like, because it doesn't seem like the Republicans do this.
no, they have racist comedians come in and run down blacks and Latinos and say harsh, horrible things and show their white supremacy.
Okay. I cannot, because I didn't
They
really
do that though, Marcus.
go ahead.
They do that. They just can't get anyone that we care about. That's why they have like Hulk Hogan and Kid Rock and people who are played out because their beliefs are played out.
Okay,
Right?
good point.
Staunch
point.
racism.
Now, so you guys don't think that the Republicans pander to the black vote?
No, they pander to the hillbilly vote.
But so do you feel like they don't need our vote?
I don't think they care too much about it.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, Miss Tweedy. Then Fee will
I
hit you.
personally doesn't think, and I want to apologize because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings or anything, because I'm totally different. I am a sovereign citizen. I don't vote. The election is won by electoral votes. It's already designed. They're already going to do what they want to do. And for me personally, I feel as though if someone's going to get into the office and correct anything, you would have corrected it from the beginning. And I expected Obama to do that. But again, he answers to other people too. If you're going to get in there and correct everything, start from the ground, start from the root. Take the 3/5 of man and make him a whole man. So how you going to run this country when we're still considered civitor martus in the eyes of the law? We're still considered not human, but you want our vote. I'm not a fan of Trump, definitely. And I do agree with some things he say, like close the border. I get that. And as Kamala, I just have no trust in her when you denounce who you are as an individual. You let them tell you who you are. She's not black. Your ethnicity ties you to the land. So why would you say you're black and your father's from over there in Jamaica and your mother is Asian?
All of us are from over there.
Not
In all actuality, if you look at the map the way it truly is, the original map, you're in Africa.
Yeah.
So where's over there?
All of the other islands are black. and if you got an ounce of black blood in you, they call you black. This country considers you black.
But I think when you are trying to get the Black American vote and you don't identify with us, we are not looking at you that way. Now, the dominant society may look at you like that, but we don't.
She went to all black college. She's dated all black men. She had one white man and she married him. And then she cheated on, I didn't want to say it.
No, you ain't in the pastor mode. That's fine.
Allegedly.
I forgot we on the
allegedly.
But when she went, she was a brother that she was with when she cheated on.
Are we talking about downtown Willie Brown?
I'm just saying.
No, we're gonna say it. Let's say it.
Sister's black. She belongs to a black sorority. The sister's black.
Okay, well, listen. When we talking about HBCUs, I was talking to somebody yesterday about this, and there are people from the dominant society who are in those sororities, fraternities, and that go to that school in general. So if you are somebody who is Caucasian and you say, "Hey, I went to an HBCU," should we look at you as one of us?
No, absolutely not.
No.
So I don't like to say that because you went to an HBCU that
Brother, look at the
you
woman.
identify with us.
Look at her hair. Look at the woman.
It looks straight. It looks straight to me.
Look at her on the dance floor.
Oh, come on, man.
But what did she relate to before all of this?
Okay.
She was a white prosecutor from California.
No.
So now that you're running and you're in a position, you flip the script.
Well, from what I understand, whatever position she got, I can't remember which one it was. Prosecutor.
She was a
attorney general,
prosecutor in California. She left a
Attorney-
man on death row, knowing he was innocent, until the judge made her sign the papers to
but
free.
I believe what she was saying at first,
lot
they
of
were
that stuff
saying
is
she was the first Asian whatever that have this position. I don't think she was running as a Black American at the time.
True and correct.
No.
So I think I watched her on the Shannon Sharp show, Club Shay Shay today. And today was the very first time that I've ever heard her say that she is a Black woman so many times in an hour. I've never heard it so many times, but I do get it. I understand why she's doing what she's doing. One thing that I dislike, I don't want to say dislike about her, but I watched a lot of her interviews and she does not answer questions. It's a lot of word salad and a bunch of nothing.
Name me one politician that does. That's what politicians do. They answer the questions that they want to answer. That's what they do.
So
But this is the most critical election that we have ever seen and that we will ever see. Donald Trump and the Republican Party has an agenda that's going to set us back 60 years. And we cannot afford to have this crab mentality and allow ourselves to be divided in this election. Even if she wasn't a Black woman, she's the best candidate in this election. Donald Trump has proven himself to be a white supremacist. He's proven himself to be a racist. He has 34 felony counts against him right now. He's been sued by several women for rape, civil lawsuits. All he does is breed hate and rhetoric all over the nation and division all over the nation. All we got to do is look at the Project 2025.
I was about to go into that real quick, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but we talk about Donald Trump being a racist and all of this type of stuff, and I'm not going to disagree with that because I also think Joe Biden was the same way. When he got on Breakfast Club and told all of us as Black Americans that we not Black if we don't vote for him, I felt some kind of way about that. Like, yo, who are you? Who was this old ass man to tell me I'm not Black because I don't want to vote for you? But anyway. Now, as far as Donald Trump, we've seen him as a president already for 4 years. Is there anything that he's done or any policy that he's signed into law that affected Black Americans?
Donald Trump inherited 8 years of Barack Obama's success.
Okay.
And we can say we won't see. We always like to throw our own people under the bus. Barack Obama did a lot of things that helped our community. Let's look at the Republican Party as a whole, real quick. What they preach is pro-life stuff, and so, but it's pro-life, but they're not really pro-life. They're pro-birth because they're outnumbered. Now they want babies born because they outnumbered. They want to shut the border down because they want to shut the brown and Black people from coming into this country because they're outnumbered now. The Republicans never needed the Black vote. 10, 15 years ago, they never needed the Black vote to win elections. It's not that way now because there's more brown and Black people in this country than whites. And so if you're pro-life, why you got death penalty? If you're pro-life, why are you taking away all of the support that we need after they're born? You're pro-birth. But when they're born, you take away all of the things that we need to help them succeed. The WIC programs, the housing programs, the DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion program. That allows us to come to the table for the small business grants and the loans. We weren't even at the table until Obama and the Democrats implemented these programs. The student loan forgiveness program. They trying to get us student loans forgiven so that it was a big ripoff anyway. You pay hundreds of thousands of dollars on a loan to go to school, and you paying the government all this money for 40 years before you can pay your school loan off. Biden tries to get this thing forgiven so that we can go back to school to get more education, and the Republicans is trying to shutting it down. The same thing with Obamacare, the health care. Obama provided health care for our parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, our children. And the whites, the Republicans, trying to wipe that off the map because they don't care that we need health care. They want to make money from prescriptions. When Kamala and Biden just reduced so you can get insulin for $25, when they were selling it to us for $500 a vial. So, I mean, I'm just saying, man, we're not even at the table without these things that they put in place that the Republicans are stripping away.
Yeah, and I'm not taking away anything that you said, but at the same time, with all of those things that are being done, healthcare, loan forgiveness, that doesn't just benefit us.
Yeah,
that benefits everybody.
But it won't benefit us we won't be no benefit if they strip these things away. We won't have nothing. They still got opportunities because most of them have opportunities without these programs. Most of our people don't have the opportunity without these programs. We don't have 5 generations of wealth passed on to us.
I just want to say, if we lose the Fresh Start program, I personally will lose out. The Fresh Start program. The Fresh Start.
Your phone is you muted.
You muted. Can't hear you.
We can't hear you, Marion.
All right, can you hear me now?
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the Fresh Start program, I have been able to take advantage of. I am a Black woman. No, the program was not made specifically for Black women or Black people, but I am a Black woman that if Trump gets in office, you can guarantee that he's going to strip that away, and that will be to my and my child's detriment. So
okay,
I just wanted to add that in there.
Fee, you had something that you wanted to add?
Yeah, I mean it was a few things that I wanted to touch on, but the first thing I wanted to touch on was it's going back to towards the beginning, but the Republican pandering. And if you don't think that Republicans don't pander, you're absolutely wrong. Because I feel like for what reason would Donald Trump have to pardon Kodak Black?
Good point. Okay, and there was others that he pardoned also.
Pardon Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they pander, absolutely.
Okay,
I mean,
I wasn't even looking at it that way. As far as pardoning people is a form of pandering. So okay, yeah. I can dig that.
And I pay attention to little things like the governor, not the governor, but the attorney general that's heading the Young Thug case. The woman that's running against her was saying that she was going to get that case dismissed if she got elected. So she was pandering to Black people doing that. You know what I'm saying? So they absolutely pander. Kamala being Black, she's not really connected to the Black experience outside of the fact that they only see her as Black because of the skin, the color of her skin.
Right.
And Black it keeps us in a caste system. I don't like being called that anymore, and it's crazy. Because if you look at the description, when you look at the description of what they ask you if you identify as, White says North African, European, Asian, and such and such. Like, since when was Africa not black and brown? So by all that means, I can say that I'm white. You know what I mean? I'm white. But you can't do that because that's not part of the caste system. We're Native American. We were already here. Majority of us were already here. This thing with the HBCU, that doesn't really matter. It doesn't make her or solidifies that because that's just it's just an organization. Anybody can join that. I seen Asian AKAs. You know what I'm saying? So like that doesn't make her or solidifies her black. And now like what it's stupid, but what I think actually made me think that she is like more black than anything is like she almost called Donald Trump a motherfucker on national TV. I don't know if everybody cut, but she was this close. This close. I mean, like we do that. You know what I'm saying? Like that is her favorite word. She said that. You know what I'm saying? But like Donald Trump inherited the next point I wanted to talk on because I was just writing down stuff as we was going along. Like Donald Trump did inherit Obama's his economy. In 2011, he signed something in, or it was like 2009, he signed something in the law that was going to grow the economy. But he said it was going to take 10 years. That 10 years went into 2019 when the economy picked up. So like that's why everybody was thinking that he had the economy booming. No, like Obama set that up. He didn't do what we wanted him to do, but he did something that set us up to be good for right now. I mean, my paycheck ain't really like hurting. You know what I'm saying? I don't really notice anything as far as like, except for all the healthy stuff that you buy is actually, it costs more. If you go for like organics and you go to Whole Foods, you go pay way more there than you go pay in like Walmart.
I don't know, feed them eggs and that milk is expensive, bro.
I mean, but Trump isn't even in office yet, and things are sky high already.
But that's because of the tax tariffs that he enforced. Like that messed up the economy. Yeah, but that was needed as well. So it wasn't like it was a bad thing, but it was also good because they should pay up. They owe us money. I just feel like some things that he didn't make sense at the time, and they said that it was some things were gonna be messed up. That's why they created that problem. Those tariffs gave them something to run on in this election. But people are smarter now. They see that, and we live in an age of information. All you got to do is Google it. You Google what happened because of these tax tariffs on China. Everything's made in China. Everything we have. So it's like that was to our detriment, but it also helped out because everybody that owes us needs to pay up. And I think that if the Democrats actually cared more about making people pay up instead of playing den mother to everybody, then we wouldn't really be in the position that we are right now. We wouldn't have to decide whether we go with somebody that's morally inept than somebody that's just a pander to any and everybody just to get a vote, just to hold that position of power. That doesn't make any sense. But yeah, those are a couple of things that I want to touch on.
Anybody go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, because I want to kind of solidify who I am in this space. Because first of all, I am not a patriotic person. I'm not a fan of the country that I live in. I hope that I will not have to live here for all of my days. But I do live here. I have a child here. And so I have to act as I believe what's in his best interest. And so I have to participate. On top of the other part of what Mr. Crum mentioned is that, too many people
died so that I had the right to vote. And so I know that doesn't mean a lot to some people, but that means something to me. Having said that, though, when it was Biden and Trump initially, I wasn't going to vote for the president. I was going to write in like Jimmy Carter or somebody, Barack Obama, Mickey Mouse, whoever. I was not. I will always vote, send it on down, because the local elections are the ones that influence us the most. Not saying that presidential doesn't matter, but I was kind of feeling how you were saying in the beginning, Marcus, like I don't like neither one of these dudes, right? I will also say that the Democrats, hopefully after this election, they'll get it together because they need help with their messaging, because Biden did do a few things that, namely that Medicare deal with the drug capping the drugs. Like, I thought that was great, but I'm like, he ain't been doing nothing. He just old and he just as racist as Donald Trump. Like, what do I need to choose between them two for, right? Until Project 2025 came out. That's why I am voting for the president. And so I was going to vote for Biden because of Project 2025. And then when Kamala came out, I was a little more, I was skeptical because I did not like when she ran for president the first time. I did not like her. And I want to add that when I first was introduced to her, it was as the Black senator from California. That's how I was introduced to her, as a Black woman in the Senate. I loved her as a senator. She took everybody to task, as Black women do. I could not stand her as a presidential candidate in 2016. That was 2016? Yes. In 2016, I did not want her on there. And when he chose her, when I voted for the primaries, for the last election, I didn't want him or her to be on the ticket. And so, I was a little disgusted, but also once, like I said, when Project 2025 came out, it was Trump cannot. Before it was like, Rome gotta fall eventually. But so when that came out,
what is it about Project 2025 that has people frightened?
It's a setback. History repeats itself, and I think it's going to send us back into slavery. That's what everybody.
What in 2025 referenced anything about slavery?
Well, here's what 2025 is going to do. Mm-hmm. Some of the things. It's a very big plan, but one of the things they're going to do is they're going to eliminate Department of Education.
Okay.
They're going to eliminate. What they're going to do is take the whole FBI, all of that is going to come up under the auspices of Donald Trump. It's not going to be an FBI director. It's not going to. The whole Justice Department is going to become a branch of the president's office. He's going to pick all of his own old stuffed up cronies that kiss his hand.
The good old boys.
The good old boys. Well, they're going to all sit in positions over all of the offices he put them in. And so that's just the name. The DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion, is off the table. Healthcare, off the table. Just to name a few things that they're planning to do. It's way more detailed than that. And so he gets to pick who he wants to oversee everything that in this country.
And so, Marcus, when you ask, no, it doesn't say, put them back in chains. But when you take how racist he is, or purports to be, because I don't think he has, a smart thought in his head to even care about this stuff. He's just going along with what will get him elected, which he said on Oprah 30 years ago, that's exactly what he would do.
And at that time,
and they're falling for it.
At that time, because I watched him on the Joe Rogan, and he did an interview with Joe Rogan. Yeah. I believe he said he switched. He was a Democrat at that time.
He was, but he said if he ran for president, he would be a Republican because Republicans fall for anything. And that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
But and so the thing that they're falling
That's
for
weird.
is the racism.
Racism.
So because the racism is what keeps him in power, him taking the justice system and being able to do whatever he wants with it, a man who would say it doesn't take effing $60,000 to bury a effing Mexican, like
Right.
stuff like that, like he's going to use the DOJ to come after all of us.
All of his enemies.
Yes.
He already said that's what he's going to do.
Okay, but my thing is though, when he was in office, did he have any policies that hurt any
He had
minorities?
guardrails at the time, and all of those guardrails are now coming out and telling you he should not be president.
Okay, so let me ask you this:
All of his
has
staff.
the Democrats ever put any policies in place that hurt, in particular, Black people?
Absolutely. At
I mean,
both
everybody
parties.
has.
Well, that's what I'm
I'm
asking.
sure.
What-
I'm sure.
I don't
I'm
think
sure we've
anybody's
been-
telling
I'm
me
still
what
trying to find
Donald
out.
Trump did. When Donald Trump was already the president, was there anything that he did that hurt Black Americans?
I mean, okay, so we're talking about prices right now, like Mr.
I'm just
Trump.
talking about policies. Was there anything that he put in?
No,
signed into-
listen. No, he didn't. I don't know how this came to be. Well, no, the tax credit, the tax cuts, and all that stuff.
Was
everything that he
did
did
just
that
hurt Black
dismantled-
Americans? Did that just hurt Black
No.
Americans?
It did not just hurt Black Americans, but
Okay.
it hurt all of us. We're all sitting
That's the
here
middle
talking about
class.
the price of milk and eggs. He is the
Okay.
reason for that.
The
Okay.
middle class is who get hurt the hardest. That's
So
who
that
get
because
hit the
this is
hardest.
the thing, I'm not against wanting a Black agenda specifically for Black people. I get that,
Right.
but we can't also want that in a vacuum, as if the things outside of that do not affect us. It does. Just because it affects everybody doesn't mean it don't affect us.
Right.
But I think there were
So
things
him
put in
tearing
place
down the
that
country-
I think there were things that were put in place by Democrats, however long ago, and Joe Biden in particular, that hurt
yeah, that's why I didn't like
majority
him either. I
hurt
agree.
majority of Black Americans.
Absolutely, I agree.
And I don't think Donald Trump did anything like that. I
But
could be wrong.
he did. That's because he wasn't a politician then. He ain't been in politics, but
But he was
half
a poli-
second.
But
He was
a
out
pol-
there as a private citizen calling for the execution of 5 Black innocent young boys.
Okay, you're and I don't think that was
So
right for
if
him to
he
do
was in
whatsoever.
office then, any office from the mayor to the senator to president at that time, I can only imagine what he would have done.
Well,
But money is
I only
power.
want to talk about when he was in office and in power. What did he do?
And I go
Power
back
is
to
money,
he had
man. He didn't have to be in
guardrails. He
office.
would have done a lot more, but he had guardrails.
And you don't have to
Those
be in office.
guardrails are now telling you, do not vote this man back in. It's dangerous.
It's dangerous. A
Okay.
four-star general told you that he sat there and told him what he's going to do as a dictator in this country.
This man is out here quoting Hitler.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say he becomes the president again. Do you think your life will be worse off than it is right now?
Absolutely.
Yes.
In what way?
I think the economy will get worse. Because this is the thing, when they talk about the
think so?
economy, when you talk about when they talk about the economy, he dismantled what Obama did, and then in what Obama did in 8 years to recover from Bush. And then now Biden and Kamala have had 4 years to do the back end part. And then so now they need another 4 years to get back to where Obama was. But he's just going to undo all of that and have prices even worse. Economists have said that if Trump gets in office, what the things that he is purporting about the tariffs and all that will have us in a recession within months. That's conservative and liberal economists.
So hypothetically speaking, let's say he gets back into office and your life gets better.
It won't happen.
Hypothetically
I mean, praise be
speaking.
to God. That's all I can say. I can't imagine how, because that's the other thing. Everybody is sitting here making Kamala, and first of all, I hate being in this situation. I promise you, I was not a fan of this woman.
Hold on.
But it's just what makes sense.
Hold on, cut real quick. I got somebody that's calling into the show because I put it up there, for people to call in. What's going on? Who's calling? Where you calling from?
My name is Sandy.
Sandy Streets. What's up?
Hello.
I was on Sandy Streets podcast last Wednesday. It was a great time being on there. What's going on? You all right?
I'm good.
Can everybody hear her? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know you was on here commenting, so you know, I guess I wasn't putting your comments up fast enough.
Maybe catch the good.
Yeah, they wasn't.
All right, go ahead. What you got to say?
All right. So here's how I look at the presidency, because at the end of the day, it's all about what suits you. And I know that everybody has their own opinion on who should be president, but at the end of the day, it like our opinions are just our opinions. So really to debate about our opinion is kind of like walking into a brick wall, because everybody is going to have their own opinion. Everybody sees the world through their eyes. So at the end of the day, even if you don't think that Trump is a good president, somebody might. If you don't think Kamala is a good president, somebody might. So it's like when you have these debates, you have to look at it from all perspectives versus just yours. So when you think about who actually is going to be the better president, that's what I say. Like, you have to pick your poison. You're going to have to pick what suits you. Because all right, so just think about it this way. Because we already have the Democratic Party in the office. And then she's talking about what it is that she feels like she needs to do or what needs to be done when the Democratic Party is already in the office. Like, this is kind of what bothers me about the whole thing. Yes, he's vice president, but we already have the Democrats in the office. Like, when Biden was going for president, he said that he was going to do this. He said that he was going to do that. And look at where we are now. Okay, like, would you, like, when Trump was president, what issues did we really face? Nobody can really sit down and say, okay, when Trump was president, I went through this, I went through that. Like, our economy was so bad when Trump was president. But
Because he
now,
inherited,
like, okay,
he inherited
there's a
8
project
years of Barack
2025,
Obama.
whatever the
It
hell
really
was in
wasn't
that,
his.
it
It
takes
wasn't
us
his
back,
kind of.
yada, yada, yada. But at the end of the day, Trump is a businessman. He's always been a businessman. Okay,
A bankrupt
so
businessman.
when you really
Hey,
think about it, we have a president in office right now that makes decisions that are based off of his feelings. Do we really know exactly why the economy is as bad as it is?
yeah,
Because
Yes.
because
yeah.
of
I literally
Trump.
just said it at the beginning.
Hold on, I can't. Hold on. For some reason, I can't hear y'all. Okay, there we go.
You good?
Yeah, I said why the economy is how it is. It's with the tax tariffs. That's what caused all this.
Put more tariffs on.
Like, that's what caused this. We know what caused it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when Donald Trump became president, he galvanized black people to get out and get their own money, because we didn't know what was gonna happen. We do know that, like, a whole bunch of, like, cop stuff was going on. That spike, a lot of domestic
Okay,
terrorism.
but who is in the office now?
But I understand that.
And violent crime is down.
Nobody's in office. And to
in
answer your question about, like, why things weren't being done, Donald Trump still holds sway. Whatever he says goes. He killed the bill that would have closed the border because of something that they wanted to change, that they changed, and then he still had them kill it. Just so they
How does somebody not in office have that much power?
Because he's the
that's what the
Republican
Republican
leader.
Party has become.
that's how he has his base. The Republicans need Donald Trump's base, because Donald Trump, as long as they go along with the stuff that he has for that racist dog whistling that he does, as long as they can keep those people, they will keep in power because of the rhetoric that they use.
But do we know what it is that exactly? So, like, do we really know what it is that?
You cut out, or am I cut out?
Nah, she.
While she's getting back, I do want to point out is I get the pick your poison thing, but when you are picking something that is against your own interest because you have misinformation, that's where the debate comes in. Is because people have to have the true facts of what's going on.
And are the true facts that, because we've been, us as a people, and I mean black people in particular, We've been voting Democrat for how long now? 60 years?
I can't
And
say
that's something else,
Yeah.
Marcus, that I wanted when I came in and introduced myself politically. I also wanted to say is up until Donald Trump announced his candidacy, I was making a concerted effort to look at both sides because I know I'm not beholden to none of these folks.
Right.
All these
Because
folks is historically racist.
Oh,
And so I
Right.
hear all the stuff that you're saying, Marcus and Miss Tweety, but right now where we're at, like Donald Trump is the devil, and I don't understand how people don't see that. Like,
absolutely.
Y'all do
No,
know
I'm
that
not
whole
saying that I don't see it. I truly recognize it. But
system.
my thing is, has us as a people ever been in this position before Donald Trump
What position? Which position?
with what we're facing
No.
as American people or as Black people?
as Black people?
I don't see. Please, and I'm just asking, what exactly are we facing? That's
The 2025 project and all the things that are within it. Have Black Americans ever been in this position
No,
before?
because this whole project was cooked up by him and his cronies when he was in office. That's
This
when
is
project
something
together.
that's new though, man. It's like this not
I
new.
mean, but honestly, I think if it gets into effect, we'll be looking at Jim Crow era again. If that's what you're asking.
That has always been here. It's just now Donald Trump gives them the balls to say it out loud. This hasn't changed. Our position hasn't changed. Nothing's changed. We're still poor.
And while we debating color, this is a race war and a race election. This is all race driven.
We've been in a race
because
if we want to talk race war,
We've been there.
We've been in one way before Donald Trump.
I don't, and I'll be
president or
honest,
anything
I don't
like
see
that.
this as so much as a race war. Like I don't think it's us
racism.
against anybody. Period. No, it's minorities against the majority.
Yeah.
I'll say that, but I don't think that anybody is coming against.
we're no
Black
longer
people.
Okay, well, I do have one.
We're no
question.
longer the minorities.
Go
No.
ahead.
And we're the global majority.
I'm
just saying.
I want to let the
We're in
caller
a
go
race
ahead
with
and say-
have and have nots.
I want to let the caller go ahead and get off what she got to say because we may be having some more callers come in. So go ahead, Sandy.
So I just want to know exactly what it is that we feel as Black people that holds us back, because at the end of the day, when it comes down to us as our own race, forget the president, our own race, what holds us back? We do. We can't. Okay, we have to get to a point in life where we stop blaming other people for the stuff that goes on in our own backyard.
But quit blaming your own race.
President Trump does not dictate what goes on in our neighborhoods. We do. So as a Black community, as a Black person myself, when does the blaming game stop with us? Okay, because at the end of the day, we have to take responsibility for what we are doing. We are killing each other left and right. That has absolutely nothing to do with the presidency.
That's a different
if
issue.
we can't put our
That's not
best
what I'm
foot
here to
forward,
That's a different issue.
what does cutting taxes gonna do?
Take
It's
money
gonna
out
put more.
of your
It's gonna put
pocket?
more money in our pockets.
I don't think it's going to be a
For the middle
significant amount that is really going to that I'm going to be like, holy shit, my paycheck looks so much bigger.
I got enough to buy some land.
Yes, but when you're sitting here talking about how much eggs and milk are, Trump cutting taxes for the rich resulted in that.
That's exactly what it is.
So that affects you pretty much. We sit here talking about how high gas is, how high eggs are, how groceries as a whole.
Well, is money the issue in the Black community?
Eggs and milk is two things we don't.
I'm not here to say either is better for the Black community. I'm saying us as a people. That's what I said earlier. I am not sitting here as a Black woman. I initially was not going to vote for the president, but as a citizen, I still live here and my kid still matriculates through this land. I have to be a responsible parent and do what is in his best interest. And that means ensuring that I can provide for him.
Sandy, thank you for your call, Sandy, man. Keep commenting on there and I'll keep pulling them up, but I appreciate your call.
All right.
We're more than a two-party system. I don't know if people know that.
Now we do know that, but don't the two parties are the only two parties that matter.
I know. Why is that though? You know what I'm saying?
Because
Just
some other
because
parties
that's how
don't do the work to get to
that's because
galvanize themselves.
they have us. That's how they
So,
have.
so now I wanna ask, because we spent a decent amount of time on that. How do we feel? Because I've seen in the comments people asking, how the immigrants, we can say why the border is open. Trump, he shut this down, he did this, that, and the third. Okay, cool. Now how do we feel about them getting tangibles and resources that us as American people are not getting? And this is all Americans, not just black, white, Latino,
It's a
whatever the case
problem.
is.
What can
It's
you
a
name
problem.
those tangibles? So we can make sure we're talking about the same thing.
What you say?
Can you name those tangibles so we can make sure we're talking about the same thing?
Housing,
Affordable housing, free
affordable
taxes
housing.
for 10 years.
And people talking about, I've seen videos of people talking about, I guess they're getting some kind, I don't want to know if it's a food stamp card, but some kind of card. And then, the cashiers are saying they're seeing these people's balances, however they're doing so, and it's thousands of dollars on there.
And Social Security. Wasn't some of them getting Social Security, something that we paid into?
And that's what I was going to say. So now this is everything that's coming off of tax dollars
Not
that
every-
we paid into, and we don't get these resources. People are upset about this.
People are saying a lot of this stuff, but is it proven? And
That's why I was like, where's the policy for that?
and a lot of this stuff, and a lot of stuff being done is fraud. It ain't by the government giving it, but let's be real about it. This government, neither Republican, Democrats, we've always gave away a bunch of money. Period. We help all countries. We help everybody. That's who America is. It's the big power country. And so that's why they sending billions of dollars to everybody that's fighting. I mean, we got 3 wars we're fighting right now. They're not in our country, but they're our wars. And so
now, some people will say when Trump was in office, we weren't at war.
Yeah, right. We won that war. We weren't at, yeah, right. Yeah, we were not at the capacity we're at now.
Right now, we're not in any active war zone. We're just stationed around like no military.
Now the video I seen a video when she said that at the debate that we weren't in any active war zone. There were people who were watching that, some soldiers, and they were like, "Well, where are we? What are we doing?" And they were basically saying we're in an active war zone right now.
Yeah,
Why is she saying that we're not?
We've always had soldiers over there,
but they were saying that they're in an active war zone.
We're financing the wars.
They're outside. They're outside of the militarized zones. They're outside of them. But
so
that's
basically, as far as these wars, are we putting our nose where it shouldn't be?
Absolutely.
No.
Yes.
So this is one thing, because I don't disagree.
A lot of money. It sure is a lot of money going to Ukraine.
That's why I want to talk about Ukraine real quick, because I do wish that we could mind our business just a little bit. However, the thing with Ukraine is, if Putin is not stopped at Ukraine, if he gets Ukraine, the next thing he's going to do is go to Poland, and then he's going to go to the Balkans. He is trying, that's enabling him to become something that can't be contained. That's going to take him back to where they were when it was the Soviet Union, and that's what's trying to be stopped. So that's the thing. Like, everybody is looking at what's in front of their face and can't see what's down the road. And that's when it comes to foreign policy, like, you have to kind of see those things.
Well, what we see is, give us a little bit of that paper.
I agree.
That's what we see.
I just
not gonna happen.
The Ukraine thing is not as simple as people try to make it. That's all I'm trying to say.
And I get that, because listen, I'm no political scholar or anything like that, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know all the ins and outs and all of this type of stuff. But when we see a lot of money going here,
I agree.
And here where we're paying this money and we're getting nothing in return, that's an issue.
It's always been that way.
When you give away money to a different country, and that amount of money that you give is more than the amount of people that is in your home country. Like, you can give everybody $1 million, but you go send $400 billion there. But
hey, listen,
Donald Trump did the same thing. He gave Russia money.
All I'm asking for is, I just want to be to put all my bills on auto pay. That's it.
I can dig it.
That's all I'm asking.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to
You
be
can.
super rich.
I
I
can
just
dig
don't. We got another call. We got another call. Yo, what's going on? Who's calling?
JB.
My man JB. What's up, brother? How you
What's going
doing,
on with it?
man?
I'm good. I'm good. Hello, everybody.
What's happening?
Hello.
Baby.
What's happening, little bro?
What you got from Hell to Pit, baby?
You already know. You already know. We gonna win. We gonna win out too.
I see it. I
Yeah,
see
no,
it.
but I was just calling on this one topic regarding, all this money getting put to all of these other countries, and leaving us out to dry. We don't get a piece of that here in our own country. And I think of it from many different aspects. You got our schools that could be a lot safer. You can completely shut the schools down with some of that money. If we got these mass shootings and these people coming into our school, they can secure every single in the country with money like that and some. You got all of these war vets that put their life on the line every single day. They mental be completely messed up, because they got to come and conform back into regular life outside of, what the norm is for them in the military. So when you have instances like that, we can employ all of these people. We can get more stability for these ex-vets, but the country is ran off of the strength of the economy. That is how the country thrives. So we all can say multiple things about Donald Trump and Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, but one thing that I can say, we did not have as many mass shootings and we didn't have all of the wars that we have and as treacherous as it has been in these other countries. We didn't have that. We did not. The thing that you should think about is this, first and foremost. If you had a business and you had one person to run your business, would you pick a person who has never ran a business, do not know the ins and outs of business, or a person that has ran over 100 businesses, has employed hundreds of thousands of people, which rolls all back into the economy? The reason why I believe people do not want Donald Trump in the office, because he's not going to conform to what everybody else has done year after year after year after year. Everyone conforms. All the presidents, they just end up being yes men, and you can't tell them what to do. Kamala Harris is going to be that yes man if she wins the election. Donald Trump, with his business acumen, has been able to sit down with some of the most powerful people in these other countries, and there was peace. Because when he comes in the room, he demands respect. Kamala Harris, to me, she doesn't demand that. And I want our country to be ran by somebody that's powerful and demands respect. We got Joe Biden, who is the president. He can't even ride a bike. He's falling off of his bike. He's walking off of the stage the wrong way. He's not shaking the people's hands that he's supposed to be shaking. Things like that just don't make sense. And I know that people say, well, Kamala was the vice president. She's not in charge or what have you. But look, you in all of those rooms, you see in all of that, they gave her one job, and that was to secure the border. She let all of these illegal immigrants in here. And I speak to this because I have kids. I don't allow my children to go to the park by themselves, even with my oldest son, because if them illegal immigrants is, they all get paid under the table. They working on people's houses. Their friend might have went to another house to work on that, because them illegal immigrants gonna get that work done. They'll be doing that at 12, 1 o'clock in the morning if they can.
And JB, where you at?
I'm in Arizona.
So you're seeing a higher influx of illegals?
Yeah,
where you
because
are? Okay.
I mean, we right on the cusp of Mexico.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So
You have a higher influx
my
here.
kids want to go to the park and play. You got to wait until I'm done doing what I'm doing, and then we can go to God. I'll take y'all. Because I can protect them. I'm going to be concealed. I'm ready. If something happens, I got to take care of it, and then I'll figure out the rest after the fact. So that was her one task. They assigned her that. And now when and this is a valid thing that people say, she don't answer none of the questions. And then people say, everybody do that. She don't answer anything. What she tries to do is resonate with the lower income, the middle class,
What
you
is
know,
Trump
to win
done
them
to
over that way. And I understand you want to give her a chance. We've given everybody else a chance, so we want to give her a chance. But when she speaks, she don't, it seems like she really understand the question, but she bounces around it. You know, she never really answers anything at all. Everybody is against Trump. The TV outlets are all against him. They don't even let him say his interview after he gets done with his speeches and all type of stuff. You know, we hear the Project 25. It's so much things that we hear, you know, but Kamala Harris wants to come in your house and take your gun if you don't sell it back to her. She gonna come in your home
Not
and
mine.
strong arm you. She's trying to take away the First Amendment.
Well, she wants
It's a
to.
lot
She
of
wants
things
to.
that
From
she,
what I
It's
understand,
all
not.
misinformation. That's
She
all
wants to take. From what I understand, she wants a ban on assault rifles, and I don't even think that's cool, because at the end of the day, when we're talking about criminals, criminals are going to find a way to still have these weapons, and now
listen, bro, they don't listen. They
they have
criminals,
these
bro. They don't
right.
care.
So they have these weapons, and now you took mine. What? Now I got a pistol, and I'm going up against. You know what I'm saying?
An
Something with
AK-47
I
something
do
with
want to
90
point out though
shots.
that the last
Yeah,
mass
yeah,
shooting
yeah. I
was
mean,
legally
it
bought
doesn't
though.
make sense, and I get it. I understand from
It
the
was.
standpoint of the taking away women's rights and it's my body, my choice. I understand all of that. You know,
So
they both got things that really don't.
right,
You know, it's not going to resonate with everybody. But we in our own right, we got things that ain't going to resonate with everybody. But I mean, it is what it is. But in terms of power, Kamala Harris can't run this country with her lack of business acumen. You know, she failed the bar exam her first time. She went to the
It has
69th
nothing to do with business.
law school. Out of
This
all the
country is
law
ran
schools,
by
over
a House.
170 law schools,
That's normal.
Donald
That
Trump went to
doesn't.
the
I
number
don't
one
think
business
that
school
matters.
in America. You know, so for me,
President's a
I feel like
figurehead.
this. When Tom Brady was the quarterback for the Patriots, people hated him just because he won. Who else was it? Now it's Patrick Mahomes. People hate Patrick Mahomes because now every year it's like the new the Patriots with him. They got a chance with him, you know, and Donald Trump. You know, he's a winner. Look, he come from 5 generations of wealth, this, that, and the third. Listen,
Wow.
there is many people in the world that have got $1 million and spent the whole million just doing stupid stuff. This dude turned $1 million into billions of dollar corporations. You know, and then you got Kamala Harris, who is frowned upon, illegally put people in jail, left people in jail past their sentence and used them as jail labor and stuff like that. Black people. But everybody wants to mask this. Everybody wants to mask all of this. So when I think about the country, I don't want somebody in the office where we getting laughed at. You don't think those assistants for those other powerful people in those
They're
foreign
laughing
countries
at
is
Donald
showing them
Trump.
iPads, Joe Biden falling off his bike, you know, looking all crazy.
They're
He can't even
laughing at
finish a
Donald Trump.
sentence. You know, and then we got Kamala Harris. She don't come out until the election. It's time for her to go win the black vote. Now she going to Aliquippa School, you know, out of all places that she going to Aliquippa School, you know, and trying to win over our community. You know, Donald Trump got shot and almost got his head blown off. He got a family. He could have just said, "No, I don't think about this." Everybody just act like that never happened. This dude got shot, almost got killed. You know what I mean? And he's supposed to have the most secure force, people watching over him, and he almost got killed. In 2024, he almost got his brains blown out on stage in front of everybody in Pennsylvania.
They
And
say
then he was
I
running
gotta,
for the
some
election.
some
I gotta
people
say
said
something. I gotta say something about this.
he had women as Secret Service, and that's why he almost got his head blown off.
And
It ain't even just
he
that,
did have
man.
a
That
woman.
whole,
You know,
that
he
whole,
did have
Can
a
I
woman
ask a question?
who was supposed to
the
be leading
Secret
that.
Service.
And it don't really matter if it's a girl or a dude. You know, women are powerful people in this country.
But I
You
say
know,
that,
they made
JB,
their own way.
I say that because I believe there's a lot of people in jail, and I've heard women say this. They do not feel comfortable being led by another woman, or men.
But women
don't
are the
feel
backbone
comfortable
of the community.
that they don't feel okay. So in the men, you have a lady living with you. Who runs your household, her or you?
I'm the
He
leader.
runs the
I run my
house,
household.
but when he messes up, who picks up the pieces?
I run my household.
Okay. But what I'm talking about as far as who's leading your household, who's leading, they don't feel comfortable with their woman. And again, this is men and women alike who just
I
do
don't
not
think
feel
a
comfortable with.
household is a good example, Marcus, because you have
Well,
a
I'm just saying
phenomenon.
when
You
I
have a
say
phenomenon
household,
called the
I
glass
mean
cliff.
when I say household, I just mean as far as being the leader of your sukasa. And that
But
would
I'm
be,
saying,
you know,
we have a phenomenon called the glass cliff that talks about how corporations have this knack for whenever a man screws up their company to go get a woman, a lot of times a black woman, to clean up the mess.
So why
It's
don't
called
they
the
run it
glass
from the very
cliff.
beginning? Why don't they run it from the very beginning?
Because we live in a patriarchy. What do you mean?
I mean, I'm just asking.
Because we live in a patriarchy, but
Okay.
they know who can clean it up and who can get it right is a black woman.
But again, all I'm saying is
We
from
save everybody.
from videos that I've watched, from social media accounts that I've seen, TikToks and all of that. Again, men and women alike are saying they just do not feel comfortable with.
So let me say this. Let me say this, and this probably this probably can work with all of us.
I appreciate your call, JB, man. I really do appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling.
Since we're speaking about the women, when our ancestors, grandparents, great grandparents, when that man went to work, he came home and did what? He put that check on the table. She handled everything. Am I correct?
I don't know.
And she gave and she gave
I don't do
him
that.
what he was allowed to mess up, but she handled the business.
Okay.
I think women are better multitaskers.
Oh, hold on. I want to introduce my man Byron Wilson. What's going on, Wilson? How you doing, homie?
Maybe.
That's Will.
Yeah. Hey, Fee, I told him you was gonna be on the show, Fee. He was like, yo, how you get Fee on? Where he been at? That's my man.
Yeah, real life.
I'm glad you had me, bro.
Can I ask one question? Like, I'm not a big politic fan, and I'm not a
Go
voter.
ahead, after Miss Tweety.
Has anyone
Byron, we'll
on
get
this
to you.
platform sat and researched these two candidates without the entities of the TV, the radio, the newspaper? Has anybody done that?
If she said something I was gonna say, I bet you they didn't. And they don't even know everybody that's on the ballot. They just go vote just to vote. They're gonna go vote
Because these
Democrat.
entities throw out a whole lot of rhetoric and a whole lot of mess. But I just wanted to know, did anybody do the work?
You got to fact check.
I have.
A lot of stuff that's been said here tonight hasn't been fact checked.
Right, because that's the thing. There's a lot of misinformation that's being passed around.
A lot of rhetoric and garbage being said that has not been fact checked.
I mean, do we really know what's true and what's true and what's not? Oh, my man Poke, go ahead, bro.
I'm sorry. I got a little bit of a break. I've been listening the whole time. And there's some power in like just listening and not being able to talk. You gotta listen, right? So when I'm listening to this, right, it seems like mostly everybody is Democrats on this panel, or at least voting Democrat in this process, except for
having some point,
or having some point. Yes. Okay. And from the outside, from listening, I hear a lot of fear, man. For instance, it's like, yo, vote Democrat because Trump is gonna take us back to slavery. Oh, Project 2025, all this other stuff, man. But I haven't heard no real policies about Kamala and about why we should vote for Kamala. I would like to say this though. I feel like listening to this, a lot of people on the panel, maybe all, I feel like is out of touch with what's going on in the grassroots movements. So when you see Barack Obama come to Pittsburgh and shame black men and wag his tethered finger at us,
I was going to bring that up
and talk to us so
I'm sorry
greasy.
to cut you off. Not even that, and then Michelle doubled down in Michigan.
Yes,
but go ahead.
Yes, but when you see that though, and then on top of that, like a week later, she comes out with this this fake plan for black men. When you see that, most people are like, damn, where did that come from? But people like myself, we know exactly where that came from. See, the problem that the Democrats have right now is they have the older black man and they have the black man in the church. Those two black men, they're voting for Kamala, but they're not getting me and they're not getting those Generation Xers. These are people that grew up in an information age.
Or the
millennials. Yes, we grew up in an information age, and unfortunately, we have way more information than our parents and our grandparents. We know more than they do. And for real, they're at a point where they should just move over, man, and listen to us, because they've been voting for over 30, 40 years now, and they've gotten nothing out of the process. Not a damn thing. And so the issue, and so the whole entire issue is people like myself, we're like, no more. We are not voting for the Democrats anymore until we get tangibles. My brother Marcus Marion asked, oh, what tangibles you talking about? My brother Marcus did a good job bringing up the tangibles, but he forgot the main one, and the main one is reparations. We stomping for that. We want our checks. So this is what we're telling the Democrats. Because every time I talk to older Democrats and people like on this panel, I hear things like, oh, that's never going to happen. Oh, they're not going to do that. Oh, yes, they will. And if they don't, sit there and watch them crash and burn. And we're gonna love it because we're not afraid of 2025. We're not afraid of Trump. And I got another message for everybody talking about Trump. Newsflash, he's already been the president. He's been the president already, and he did nothing. He passed not one policy that hurt the black community. But you know who did? Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, and y'all went and voted for them. They are the ones that put in policies. They locked up more black people that was even enslaved. They've done way more harm to the black community than Donald Trump. Is Donald Trump a racist? He absolutely is. My sister Marion said he's the devil. But you don't see the devil in Joe Biden?
Yes,
You don't see the devil in Kamala Harris? And I got one last point. I want to hammer this home about this whole she's black type of thing. Listen, this is a trick that they've been playing on the black community for so long, and the older black people have failed for this trick for so long. Because as black people, we love other black people, but what we didn't know is other people that look like us, they don't love us, man. They don't love us. So yes, Kamala looks like us, but we need to really find out, is she a foundational black American? And that she is not. She is not a foundational black American. And also, this is very important. If you think that she's black, I want you to come to Pittsburgh, come to the city or whatever, and walk past one of these Indians on the street and try to say hi to them. Just try to say hello and see what they do. They won't even speak to you. They don't rock with us. And we don't realize that. And that goes for the Congress. There's all kind of senators and all that. All in there, they look just like us. We think they're for us. And then they start talking. And if you listen, you're like, wait a minute, they're not for us. People like Candace Owens. Candace Owens is not a foundational black American. She's Caribbean. These are people that work against our best interests, but they look like us. And we haven't gotten hip to the game. That's why they brought out Barack Obama. That's why they bring out Kamala Harris. But they won't bring out
understand with Donald Trump, but let me tell you about Donald Trump. What you see is what you get. He don't like you, and he tell you he don't like you.
And one thing, and then Byron, I want to get to you, man, because you haven't really said much.
Wait, can I ask Pope a question?
One thing, hold on. One thing that I do like, I appreciated about Donald Trump is when he first came into office back in, what was that, 2016? There was people out there, you may have went to school with, and you had no idea that they were a certain kind of way. But what it is that I liked about him was he brought out all of the closet racists. He brought them all out. They came out the closet. They came to light. And I like that. Look, if you're going to be a racist, be in my face and let me know how it is that you really are. I'm cool with that. I'm 100% okay with that. I don't like the wolf in sheep's clothing racist. I don't like that.
I gotta watch out for.
You want to smile in my face, and then as soon as I turn around and go the other way, you fucking nigger. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to deal with that. So that's one thing that I did appreciate about him. But
I just think that we as African Americans, black people, we already know the problems around here and what's going on. We should be solution based and start creating our own stuff. Why we always got to fall in line and go with the norm?
Facts.
Well, some people are afraid of that because they'll go back to, well, we did that with Black Wall Street and things of of that nature, and all they did was just burn it down or they bombed it and all this type of
Now,
stuff.
let's say this: Atlanta is thriving. A lot of
My
blacks.
issue. That's
I
what my
agree.
that can't happen anymore. So it's like, why are we so afraid of this? Like,
Exactly.
why do we keep trying to hold on to these? Why do we keep trying to hold on to these titles and like these entitlements that they trying to give us? This DEI bullshit, like that's crazy. That's a detriment to it. That keeps
It
us
brings
in
us to the
the
table. There's no other way to the table without DEI.
You
can't even get along. You can't even sit down with the.
Absolutely not true. That's absolutely not true. My boys,
brother. We just got at the table 50 years
New
ago.
Orleans. He's like he's in some high office in Louisiana. I went to school with this guy. Like we don't have anything holding us back anymore except for people telling us that we're getting held back. That's retarded. No, we're not. Just like how like everybody's complaining about how the economy, we're not middle class, we're all poor. It doesn't matter. The reparations thing, that's not gonna happen unless we come together as natives, not just black people, because they are the ones that they're the
You
ones
did
that
see what happened out in California, right? You seen what happened out in California, where the Black Caucus completely shut down reparations in California.
Hey,
these are people who were voted in by black folks,
black people,
to represent black people, and the people of California, they were saying, hey, even if you shoot this down, at least bring it to the floor. They didn't even want to bring it to the floor. And that was and they went the black people in California went off about that.
Why are we still hung up on this?
Wait, can I jump in?
Can I jump in?
Go back to work.
Yeah. I gotta go back to work. Let me say something.
Wait, can I ask you a question first? Can I just ask you one question?
Let Marion ask you a question.
Are you only asking, because these are your words, but I just want to give you a chance to clear it up. Are you only asking Democrats for reparations? Are you only holding reparations over the Democratic head or over both sides?
No, we're holding them over both sides, okay? Because at the end of the day, we're a voting bloc. However, we're not really expecting nothing from the Republicans as far as that goes. But the Democrats,
how are you expecting it from the Democrats?
Okay, let me finish. I'm about to tell you. The reason that we got our foot on the Democrats' neck is because we've been their voting bloc for over 50 years and we've gotten nothing from them. And they continue to lie and run con games. And now we've had enough. That's why we've had your back all this time. Like Marcus said, the last time he voted for Barack Obama twice. So did I. That was the last time I voted. And I'm happy I went there. This has nothing to do with gender or her being a woman, because I ain't vote for Biden's old sneaky ass either. This has everything to do with them playing me. They used me. I didn't know that con game. And when I voted Barack Obama and he did nothing, I said never again. Never again. Now, as far as the reparations go,
Obama 2.0.
She's 2.0. That's why he's right there. But as far as the reparations go, why are we still hung up on this? Because it's what we're owed. That's why.
And there's a list of people who have gotten reparations.
Right.
But us.
Right.
But they refused.
Marcus, listen to this. The pastor started out by saying a lot of our ancestors died for this. Okay. Number one, our ancestors didn't die for the right to vote. Our ancestors died to effectively vote. Okay, it's up to us to take it to another level and say, yo, wait a minute, we got to use voting to our people say, to our advantage. People say, oh, you got to value your vote. You got to value your vote. You know what? Protecting my vote is valuing my vote. I'm not giving it to anybody. You got to come to the table. You got to do good business.
Vote your heart. You vote your heart.
So that means you're not voting at all, or you're voting for Trump.
So holding back your vote.
I thought about voting for Jill Stein. Cornel West, I thought about it, but I might vote for the couch. I just might vote for the couch.
That's what I'm doing.
I might vote for the couch because listen, Marion,
presidential, and then but you're going to vote all the way down. You're going to vote Senate on down.
No, because ain't none of them speaking my language.
I'm not voting.
Ain't none of them speaking my language.
I don't vote.
See, You got to understand what I'm saying, Marion. What we're doing is we're watching them crash and burn. We want that. We're gonna put them on their knees. And right now, a lot of people will be like, "Oh, y'all silly." But when this works out for us, you're gonna see. You're gonna see.
So when you say vote for the couch, you mean sitting on the couch? I mean you're not going.
Not voting at all.
Yes, not vote at all. Not vote at all. Because I'm not a Trumper.
So we're watching them actively drown out our voice now, and you're saying to not vote or have a voice, period, just because you're mad at Democrats for not giving you what you wanted, and you don't
But I
expect.
thought, wait. Voting is transactional, correct? So if I'm giving you my vote and I'm getting nothing in return, why am I going to keep doing this?
All right, so you said
that's
that you didn't.
definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
You didn't vote in the last election, right?
I haven't voted since Obama. I voted for Obama twice.
Okay, you haven't voted for Obama twice.
Correct.
Have you been affected by that?
Have I been affected by what?
Not voting.
I haven't.
I haven't been affected by voting or not voting. So it's like, yo, I'm not about to waste my time and go out.
So like, if you're not,
it saves me gas. It saves me gas money. It saves my energy. I ain't about to go up for what? For what?
I mean, I'm just saying, if you're gonna ask for something, and you're not gonna ask it from both parties, and you're only gonna have your foot on one person's neck, that other party still has stuff that's gonna be to your detriment.
But here's the thing, Fee. They said when Ice Cube had his plan for America and he was trying to talk to both sides, the only person who really wanted to sit down and talk to him about that, the plan for Black America, was Donald Trump. Joe Biden and the Democrats didn't want anything to do with it.
I get that. But Donald Trump had the office for 4 years and had the House and enough of the Senate to move shit. He didn't do anything, but people asking somebody that has 2 jobs to take over if the president dies and to cast the deciding vote in the Senate. That's the extent. Oh my God, I just bought that for you. Oh Lord. But anyway.
But no, man, like I said, I agree with Pope. I'm not a Trumper, and I don't have any, ties to the Democrats either. You know what I mean? But it's like, whoever's gonna speak your language and get like that whole plan for Black America with what Kamala put out, crypto, weed being free, and then also what I hear about is, Trump is going to give police immunity. They already got it. Fucking got it.
Already got it. And Obama already
what I'm saying? Ain't nothing happening to them.
They do, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? They can still.
Chavez is in jail.
That lady. Wait, hold on.
That would give them absolute immunity. We wouldn't be able to say shit.
Amber Geiger.
Trump got absolute immunity. That's
the lady who got shot in the face for rebuking the cop. She said, "I rebuke you," and he shot her in the face.
True and correct.
Was that in Kansas or Kentucky?
Kentucky, I think. It was somewhere down south.
That cop didn't go get no medical aid. His partner didn't do nothing. They just sat there. They locked him up. But
I know he's not working.
We see a lot of cops get arrested and then they be out. What? Is Derek Chauvin
by
out?
dinner? It's for show. It's for show. They're not going to arrest them. They're not going to do all of this. It looks good on these entities that you watch. But if they sit there and tell you to your face and put it in law, you're 3/5 of the man. They treat dogs better than humans. You're Civitor Martus in the eyes of law. They're not going to waste the money to do all of that.
I agree.
And then, we go back to abortion, just to back up a little bit. What is reproductive care? What does that really mean?
You realize women are dying because of these laws.
But when we're talking
either
about
dying or losing their whole reproductive ability.
Is that a large
percentage? No, that's what I'm saying.
Because what when I hear reproductive care is like
it's going to get larger. Last time we talked about this as a doula, I was trying to tell you guys about that.
Does the government tell you when you can and can't have a baby? Do they tell you can't get pregnant? You better not get pregnant. Do they tell you that?
No.
Okay.
But my point
So
is, abortion is more than just
reproductive,
unwanted pregnancies.
and most of these kids is getting whacked out of here is used as birth control, not because women are having complications. Majority of these babies who are dying are simply because I fucked up. I didn't want to have a baby with this nigga. Let me get rid of it.
But I'm telling you
I know
that
of
women,
plenty of women who
are
have had
also
multiple.
dying and losing their reproductive abilities because of these laws. I'm not for abortion.
Okay.
But if they could actually use a brain
I'm not
in
saying that's
creating a
not
policy,
happening.
I'd be okay with it.
I'm not
But
saying
they're
that
not.
I'm not saying that isn't happening. But again, I think I was looking at a stat not too long ago. How many abortions happen in a year? Over 1 million. And I guarantee more than half of those, the majority of those, aren't because women are having complications and they have to get rid of it for that reason.
But why is it solely on the women? Because it takes two.
That part.
Wait.
Also, that's the other thing. A lot of people.
What's solely on the woman?
The abortion and getting rid of it. Why couldn't it have been a mutual decision? Why are you eliminating the man in the position of this?
Because the government is making your decision now.
But look, they say they put it in the hands of the states, not the federal government. But if I get somebody,
that's what
it's her body, it's her body, her choice, though. So don't try that.
No, but
it's her body, her choice.
Hold on. If I get a woman pregnant and I really want her to keep this baby, and she doesn't, what choice do I have?
None.
Now, if I get her knocked up and she wants to keep it and I don't, what am I forced to do? I'm forced to take care of it, and we're forced to pay.
Yeah, that's never thought about. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so the decision of a man is, when we talking about why it takes two, we don't really have a decision.
Yes, you do. Don't do it.
You're right. We have to, but again, I may have done it, and I want to keep this baby. I did this because
when you lay down, you already know it's a chance.
Right, but I want.
So you wanted to play Russian roulette. You wanted to beat the odds, but maybe that time you didn't beat the odds.
But on the other aspect of that is, I want you to have this baby, and she doesn't. I have no choice. I don't have a choice. But if she wants to keep it and I don't want it, now I'm the problem.
Because you shouldn't have did it without the protection, dude.
But nobody's looking at her as the problem if I want her to keep it and she doesn't. Nobody's looking at her as the problem.
On the woman part right there.
Nobody looks at her as the problem for that. So we kind of seeing how, this is kind of going, Miss Tweety.
I still err on the side that women. Last time we had this conversation, I said women can die. Now women are dying.
Okay. Right.
That's where I will always stand.
I don't think there's anything good about that. But again, I think everybody on this panel knows somebody or two or three or four who have gotten rid of kids strictly based off of they didn't want a kid with this particular person.
I also want to point out, though, that the statistics show that these women that we all know, because I know some, those are not the majority anymore. It's not, this whole welfare queen is not the majority of who's getting an abortion. A lot of times it's women who have kids already, who are in committed relationships or marriages, namely white women, which is why they even care about it, because they care about their population.
Their population.
So wait.
They don't care about our kids, whether they're birthed or not.
Okay, well, but hold on, and there's kind of like a double-edged sword a little bit, because it's like, all right, let's say there's a national abortion ban, and nobody can have abortions. That means we're going to keep having them also. Correct? So, because it seems like other people,
but that's the thing. You can't say black women keep having all these kids and stay on welfare, but then on the other side say that they're the poster child for abortion. Which is we having kids, is we not?
I'm not saying anybody is the poster child for anything. I'm just saying overall as a whole, when it comes to abortion in general.
But they've always been the ones that have them.
I mean, okay.
Yeah, they had the money to do them. But now it's a real big issue, because now you're creating this whole nother thing.
We can't hear you.
Oh yeah,
And besides black and white. So what do we label this group? Mixed? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Say that one more time.
I said it was more white people than anything. The white women sneaking around with the black men and so on and so forth, other races mixing. But now you have a race, a whole nother race besides black and white. You have what you call a mixed race.
Okay.
And they don't want to see that. There is no dominant white race anymore.
Well, let's go back to
that's the issue for them. So now they're sneaking. You can't sneak and not be held accountable.
Well, let's go back.
You're gonna have that baby. That's what they're doing. I don't believe it was to hurt us.
Well, I disagree, because if we go back to the origins of abortion, when we talk about somebody named Margaret Sanger, who basically said, if you want to get rid of the black race and kill them like weeds, let's put a Planned Parenthood in every black neighborhood. Margaret Sanger, I believe, was a Nazi who did not like black folks, and Planned Parenthood started with, let's kill black babies.
It did. But they didn't count on their own women starting to take advantage of it, is the thing.
I'll agree with that. But it started with wanting to kill off the black race.
I agree.
Faster.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's been.
I don't think that abortion, especially for the sake of birth control, is of God. But when a woman is in labor and does not have a viable fetus and needs DNC, because last time I was saying the wrong words, it's DNC, and she can't get one until she's septic and near death, that's wrong.
I think you're right. I think that's the issue. Anything like incest, rape,
right.
Medical conditions and all that type of stuff. I don't agree that women should not be able to have some kind of care, and physicians should not be under the threat of going to prison for life for doing so. Right. I have an issue with it being done over and over and over because you've made bad decisions. I don't agree with that.
Exactly.
But I just don't think that they were meant solely for black people, because they really don't care. Just like the crack epidemic. It was fine until it started affecting them on Wall Street. Now it's a crack epidemic. They don't implement laws until it affects their people.
Well, I don't think so much it was the crack epidemic at that point. What was the
opioid crisis?
Yeah, because listen, I went to Hopewell.
The crack, they was doing crack.
If anybody know anything about Hopewell, Fee, you know what I mean? I know you know some Hopewell folks. Byron, I know you know some Hopewell folks. You know what I'm saying? That was a different ball game. You know what I'm saying? And when they start doing things and they start dropping, like you said, it's different.
That's when the laws are implemented.
No doubt. No doubt.
And now they want to go after the dealers. Oh, they overdosed. You locked
up.
Oh
no, you overdosed now. Well, let's put out what's the stuff they give you? Narcan. Let's place Narcan. Narcan is free and available because it affects them.
But insulin ain't.
Right, true and correct. I need an EpiPen in the summer. It cost me $800 at one point.
That's crazy.
Until the Democrats got it reduced.
I was thinking
Republicans make money. The Republicans make money on medication.
I believe there's pros and cons on both sides.
On both sides.
But like I said, I'm not stomping for either one of them. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and do y'all thing and see if there's a difference that's being made. But so far in my adult life, I haven't seen really much that's changed that really affects my life. Or people around me.
I concur.
I can bring up the milk and eggs, but okay.
Yeah, you're right. The milk and eggs, though, I'd be like, God, my brother texted us in a group chat the other day talking about, do we want to raise chickens and shit?
No, but for real.
Hey, I stand on it. Go ahead. I want to farm myself. I want to be able to go get everything I want to eat from out my backyard. And that's it.
Now, Byron, I feel that. Now, you got any thoughts on what was said? Because I know you ain't really been able to say much yet.
I had so many points and came and left.
I feel you.
You know what? All right, we're gonna say this first. We already know we at the bottom of everybody's to-do list, man. Like, we don't have no savior coming, bro. It's not happening. Like, so all that looking for somebody to come do this and that, it's not coming. And like he said, we need to start sticking together. And why are we scared? I mean, a lot of things happen. That's a long story. A lot of things happen to put fear in you know, our people's hearts. But like it's a time now where that got to go. You know what I'm saying? Like we got more power now than we ever did in this country. You know
the
what I'm
fear, the scare tactics or whatever, like the project, you know, you can feel how you feel about it, and it's in black and white and all of that type of stuff. But it's just not something that moves me or scares me. It's
Me
like
neither.
whatever's gonna be, whatever's gonna be is gonna be.
Everybody's heart don't pump like ours, though, bro. You know,
And I'm not a tough guy or hard or nothing like that, but it's just stuff like that. Like it's just not moving me.
Republican
One
Y'all
way or
watch
the
The
other.
Handmaid's Tale.
Republican
What'd you say?
agenda will be pushed if Donald Trump gets in. He gonna have the House, he gonna have the Congress, he gonna have the Senate, and they're gonna get their agenda passed. Bottom line. So
And you know what? Listen, we've been through. Can you say we've been through worse as a people? And we have stepped. So we don't feel like slavery, Jim Crow, and redline and all of that was any worse than what we
Wait
about
a
to go
minute,
through
Marcus.
now.
Wait a
And
minute, though.
We've always been able to remain resilient.
I need to go back a few episodes now, though, because when we talk about, we are not at the same stock. Hopefully, if we need to, we can get back to the same stock of our ancestors, because we talked about this at a previous, correct me if I'm wrong, episode. None of us are willing to die like they were. That's why progress stopped.
I don't want to say none of us. I don't want to say none of us.
Not enough
Now,
of us.
The people who need to be weeded out will be weeded out.
No, because you said you was one too.
I was one what?
Not willing to die.
No, I'm not ready to die, but there's certain things that you know what I mean? It's
We don't have the Medgar Evers anymore. We don't have the Malcolm X's anymore.
I don't think
I'm saying the people who are willing to do all the things, lose a job, and your kids be at home where they're gonna blow up your house and all that. Who is willing to do that?
Well, I don't think
Farrakhan and his boys will.
I don't think in particular we need a
I know
leader
what
per
we
se.
do have. We have a bunch of youth that don't care whether they live or die. It's not going to be
true.
easy.
That is true. But I'm just saying I don't think
It's
we
a whole
need
different generation.
I don't think we need a one particular leader like a Malcolm and Martin
No,
and
I'm not
Medgar
saying
or
one
anything
leader,
like
but
that.
I'm saying the stock that they had, the commitment, to walk miles and not take the bus and you didn't have cars. That's
But we
what I'm
got cars.
saying.
We have cars now.
We have cars now, so if there's a bus boycott, it don't help. But I'm saying,
And you know what else
they
we
were
have?
willing to give up.
But you know what else we have also that we didn't have a long time ago? Guns and ammunition. And lots of it.
I just don't see the same fervor that we had. Hopefully, if the time comes, we can get back to it. But I'm just saying, today
again,
we are very spoiled.
Marion,
I don't think we've been pushed to that point to where we have to
the kind of people
really show that.
Oh, my bad, bro. The kind of people Marion talking about, they grew that way out of necessity. You know what I mean? They was under a different type of pressure at that time. Like he just
That's
said,
my point. We've been spoiled.
they definitely been spoiled soft.
Yes, I agree with that.
But I think when it comes down to it, you gonna shit or get off the pot.
That's it.
Let's hope so.
You don't have a choice.
That part. It's different when you got to. It's different.
Right.
Everybody can talk, but when it's time to, it's a whole different ball game, like you said.
Agreed. Well, listen, y'all. We've been on here for almost 2 hours. Anybody got any last?
No, but I really enjoyed the dialogue. I really enjoyed dialoguing with you guys. This was big for me.
Wait,
I'd like to say one thing is that what white America understands is that Black people are the strongest people in the earth, and the only way to destroy them is from within. And so they have always got within our race and turned us against each other.
True and correct.
And that's how we fail all the time.
That's the thing. That's what's taught, the conquer and divide.
Come together and stick together to do what we got to do.
Now,
Louis Farrakhan been trying to get the Black people together for years, and he's the strongest Black leader right now in this nation.
Who?
He just got the wrong guy. Other than that, I'd be on his train.
Yo, that's gonna be a whole other show and topic to get into that, man.
Wait a minute. I need to hold on. I need to be a rewind. We need who?
Louis
Farrakhan
Farrakhan.
is the strongest black leader, he said.
True and correct, because he's a free man.
Black leader in this nation, and know how to
Still
get us
holding to a lot of bullshit too. So, like I said, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah,
I want to be on
That's
that.
what I said.
Me too.
But what I would like to say is, I feel like a lot of what's going on is stuff that's a lot of the angst that's going on between there is a lot of misogyny, a lot of antiquated ways of thinking. Because to think that a woman couldn't run the country is retarded to me. But like literal, like delayed, like slow. But there's pros and cons to like both of them. It comes down to like your morals at some point. You know what I'm saying? Like we know what we get with Donald Trump. Donald Trump would only have 4 more. Ain't no telling what would happen. I would have rather had him had been in this in the presidency now, so then we didn't have to worry about it again. Honestly,
just get him done and out the way.
Yeah, but being that he's had 4 years to brew and like cook up this shit storm that has been happening with the Republican Party. It actually was to our detriment not to let him get a second term, because everything that a president does happens after he leaves. That's why Donald Trump inherited that economy.
Right.
The economy is messed up. Joe Biden inherited that. Republicans knew. They told everybody that it was going to happen. They told everybody that was going to happen, and they used that to run on that in this election. They create problems to run on. That's how the Republicans been doing in the last 3 elections. So I think people need to be more informed. Don't look at everything they put in your face, because everything that they put in your face is not what's really going on. You actually have to use the internet, use all the information that we got out there to make an informed decision.
Say a lot of stuff that we see is an illusion, Fee.
Yeah, like the veil is gonna drop on everybody pretty soon. You know what I'm saying? But all this drip feed that they've been giving us, people just gotta wisen up to it. So vote your conscience, vote your morals. You know what I mean?
Right. Or sit on the couch.
Or vote for me.
Anybody else got any last thoughts?
One thing I just always leave on is this country is a lie. The founding fathers lied. The Constitution is a grift, but our babies will be safer if we keep the grift going just a little while longer. That's where I stand.
Absolutely.
Stay down till you come up, huh?
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
All right, thanks for the opportunity.
All right,
it's good to be with you guys.
Yeah, man. And again, this all came about for the conversation I had with Mr. Crumb a couple days ago, and I was like, hey man, let's go ahead and do something. So I contacted all of you guys to see if something you'd be interested in after I made my post. And here we all are. So I appreciate you guys, and thank you for giving me a couple hours of your time on this Tuesday night. And hopefully you guys will be back on the panel sometime soon. And yeah, don't forget to smile, y'all. It's a good look.
Word.
All right, peace out.
Bye.